Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy. I have a very busy weekend ahead of me and I wanted to bring you along with me. Unfortunately, we had to take my ducks to my mom's house because her backyard was much more habitable for the ducks than our backyard. So they're gonna be there for a little while just until we can figure things out, but we need to go set up their cage and their coop, and we got some river rocks to lay down inside their cage. So that's what we will be doing this weekend. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, so this may be a all day Sunday activity, but they have gotten so big and I'm so excited for them to finally be outside, even though I missed them when they were so little. Just they could fit in my hands and now they don't want to be touched. I have been sick all week, so I apologize if I sound kind of off, if I look kind of off. I feel like one of my kids got me sick and all my kids are feeling better now, and I started to feel better, but then I got my husband sick and so he's been down for a couple days, and now I thought I would be getting, you know, back to normal, but I feel like I'm getting hit with it again. So it's just been like we're spreading it around back and forth, so I'm not feeling too hot right now. But before we have our little coop building weekend, I kind of wanted to share some things that I've been loving this month, since it is the end of this month. So I have been reading a lot more. Actually, I've been listening a lot more because I downloaded this app called Libby. If you don't have it, you have to download it. As long as you have a library card, you just scan that into this app and you can look up books that your library does not have, instead of going to a different library and trying to find it or like having them send it in. You can just go on Libby, and if someone is already using it, you can put it on hold and it'll give it to you, and you can listen or read it within 7 days. This is not sponsored. I just love this app. My friend got me on this app, and I have read 3 books because I've been listening to them like they're just my podcast. And so the 3 books that I've been listening to are Lock Every Door, The House Across the Lake, Daisy Darker, and the one that I did read one. I got it from my library because I already had it and I didn't have to download it, but it was called The Family Upstairs. And I gotta say, all of these got 4 to 5 stars. I'm not a book reviewer. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I loved them all. I have to say The Family Upstairs was probably my favorite, and Lock Every Door. Those 2 were just kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. The other 2, The House Across the Lake and Daisy Darker, loved those 2. Also had me on the edge of my seat, but the endings were not what I was expecting. And not in a, oh my gosh, I could never guess that, I'm shocked, this was amazing kind of way. More like, oh, I never would have guessed that, I was thrown off kind of way. But it was still good. It was still a really good ending, but those were my 4 stars. They were all very good nonetheless. So those are my favorite books right now. Now my favorite podcasts this month are, one of them I just found last month actually. They're called Ghost Teas. They talk about ghost stories, like you could submit your own personal ghost stories, or they find like the history of some like really spooky places. And there's 2 sisters and there's just such a vibe. I just love their energy. Even when I'm super scared of what they're telling, I'm just like sitting there eating it up. So they drink a different tea every single episode, and some listeners can send in some teas. And I've never been a big tea drinker, but they have me wanting to try. So, and I have experienced a lot of little ghosties stories that I might personally send in myself, but they're my favorite podcasters so far. You can look them up. I'll link them down below because they are incredible and they are blowing up. I love them. You need to go check them out. Basically Unfiltered is my other favorite podcast that I've been loving for, honestly, since it came out, but this month I've been just eating them up too. And that's with Zane, Heath, Remy, and Alicia. So go listen to them too. But those are my 2 favorite podcasts this month that I've been listening to every time they drop something new. My favorite TV shows, if you know me personally, this is no shocker, but The Vampire Diaries. I'm rewatching it again. Anytime I'm feeling any sort of feeling, I'm like, you know what, let's watch The Vampire Diaries. Let's skip the rest of this season and just start from the beginning. So I'm doing that. And my other favorite show that I've been watching this month that just released their second season is The Last of Us. And I did not play the video game. I did not read any spoilers. So, though it's my favorite this month, it is now my least favorite this month, especially episode 2. I cried for days. I went on TikTok and saw all these little edits. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, skip. But of Joel and Ellie, and I literally sat in the parking lot to pick up my kids for like 30 minutes just sobbing. I was like, these people probably think I'm crazy, but I'm just sitting here sobbing. I looked at my husband after it happened. So, no joke, when it was happening, I was more worried about what was going on in the city with Tommy and them, because I was like, oh, Joel's gonna make it out alive. He always makes it out alive. Someone's gonna come save the day, or he's gonna save himself. No, did not happen. So when, Abby took her final blow, I was in shock. I didn't shed one tear because I couldn't. I was like in just disbelief. I could not cry. And then at the end of the scene where they were dragging him back to the city, back to their home, I looked at my husband and I was like, started sobbing. Just started crying. I was like, no, he can't. I had to Google to make sure he was actually gone, because I did not believe it. I was like, he's going to come back. Like, they're gonna somehow save him. And the body bag kind of just confirmed it for me. And then I had to Google just to get out of my Delulu state of mind. So that was my series finale. Not watching it anymore. I probably will, just because I want to see Ellie get revenge. And I did, after that, I was like, I'm gonna watch some spoilers because I cannot handle it. So I know what's coming, just a little bit, just a few little scenes. I know that she's gonna go and get revenge and everything, so I'm only going to finish watching this season so she could go get revenge. But I was very sad. I asked my husband, I was like, why didn't you tell me? I cannot handle this stuff. Not happy at all. So I've been sick and I've been depressed because of that. So it's been a great week. But those are my favorites of this month. I haven't really been baking as much. I haven't been doing any hobbies or shopping or anything, so I don't really have any other favorites, but those are my favorites, my favorite books, podcasts, and TV shows for this month. We are building their cage for them to go outside, hopefully by next week. But they are just, so big, so cute. And I wish they would let me just snuggle them. After roughly 2 hours of trying to get this thing put together, I finally got it done, and I am so happy with the end results. I also know these ducks are going to be so happy to finally be outside. After I got this built, I had to rush back over to Tractor Supply to go and pick up my order because I totally forgot to grab it this morning before heading over to my mom's. But then after we got home, I was surprised with the rocks for the duck cage, so we can finally start building for them to go outside.